So this doesn't just happen to speakers and coaches. It happens inside organizations all the time. And it's one of the most expensive problems that almost nobody knows how to name. Here's what it looks like. A training gets rolled out, could be leadership development or some kind of new operating framework or a cultural initiative. The team puts real work into it. It's good content, credible facilitation. People are in the room, they're engaged. You run it across the organization, and the completion numbers look fantastic. The dashboard shows up all green. The follow-up survey says people found it valuable. And then a few months go by, and if you're honest, you've watched this happen. You can probably think of one right now. The things you actually needed people to do differently just didn't happen. Same conversations are still happening. Same decisions are still getting made the same way. You check the box, but nothing actually changed. You've been in that room where everything made sense. People were nodding. There was genuine alignment in the moment. And somehow none of it moved forward into the way people actually work and do their jobs. And here's what usually happens next. The assumption is that the material wasn't strong enough, or the facilitator didn't connect with the group the right way, or people just weren't ready to change. So the next initiative gets more material, better production, stronger messaging, and the same thing happens again. But the material was never the problem. What was built for the room stayed in the room. The focus, the shared attention, the environment where the idea made sense and people could sit with it together, that existed inside of the event. Once people walked out, nothing recreated those conditions. There was nowhere to go back to the idea when it actually mattered. Everything was built for the moment, and nothing was built for after. And that's where the real cost lives. Not in the training budget, not in the completion numbers. It's in the gap between what people understood in the room and what actually changed and how they work. Between a rollout that looks successful and a team that still operates the same way, between the idea that connected in the room and the behavior that never followed. That's the carryover problem. And most organizations feel it constantly without knowing what to call it.